Hi guys.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah.
I'm Darian, but I go by Dee. You will only hear her call me Darian because that's how she met me, and she said that's the only name she will call me. But we pretty much started this channel because we were already doing this stuff in our free time, and not to toot our own horns, but we're a little funny, so we figured if we're entertaining ourselves, let's entertain everybody else as well.
Well, maybe we only think we're funny. I don't know.
We might be biased.
I think we're pretty funny. I'm 28, so I am at the end of being a millennial.
And I'm 31. My knee's been creaking since I was 24.
Oh well, yeah. I'm broken anyway.
Yeah.
We just are probably gonna do some music video reactions of our favorite groups, probably more K-pop based, but we will do some Western music as well. So we plan to do some music video reviews along with album reviews depending on the albums. We don't always listen to full albums for everybody. We will always probably do the title track and whatever B-sides, since most groups do B-sides now. We will also be doing some K-pop games. We do them anyway. I'm sure some of you guys have already played them. The save one, drop ones. I really like the create your own groups.
Yeah.
It also helps us get to know other groups and find new songs. And then anytime we go to a concert, we're gonna try to vlog it. I kind of suck at taking videos personally, but I will have to get better.
She's the most stable video taker. I'm the loud video taker with the camera.
And you guys will just have to be used to that.
I'm sorry. You can't get, even when I tried, when we do an &1 video, I'll put some of my videos in there. And I tried to get quiet, but you can't stop me from he, she, weeing it up. I'm sorry. That's my jam.
That is one of our most recent concert, was &1 in Kansas City.
Our nephews.
And then we saw Just Be last month.
I think.
I think it was last month.
Yeah.
In St. Louis. And that was really good. They were both really good.
Yeah.
We had VIP for &1.
Yeah.
And then VVIP for Just Be.
Yeah.
We got to do sound check at both.
Yeah.
Not to get too much into it, but I did the selfies with Ampers. We both did group photos with Ampers. I did a solo group photo. And then we got the group photo with Just Be. And we have a fun story time of meeting new friends. And we've never met new friends at a concert, really. That we actually kept talking to for longer than a day.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've met anybody, personally.
Sometimes in the wild, I meet people and think they're chill, and then they start getting that creepy stalker vibe type thing, and we don't play that here. If you're the type of person to try to find somebody's hotel room, whether they're K-pop or not, be like, oh, they were just at this restaurant 10 minutes ago, let's go there. No.
That's not us.
Just a
I
little
will not
story
be at the
time.
airport.
A little mini story time about myself. I had a moment where I had to check myself like that. I traveled alone to go see a figure skating show. Saw that one of the figure skaters posted about a restaurant I knew was in walking distance. And as I was walking, I was like, let me just get some Jack in the Box. Because what do I look like showing up at this restaurant trying to find people that do not know me at all? Just because somebody likes my tweets doesn't mean they know me. And I had to check myself, and I still had a great time. I did meet and greet for that too, but that's figure skating. That's a whole nother world.
We could always get into that another time.
Yeah.
I've never been to one, but
We could, because the United States national champions are coming to St. Louis in 2026, and I'm going. I have to.
I will probably go with her.
Yeah.
So.
I will need emotional support because I will cry for almost everyone. Everyone does their best skate at nationals. Everybody wins.
I guess a little about us. My first concert that I cohesively remember paying the ticket for, I wanted to go, was Backstreet Boys in 2013. I ended up going with my brother. Jesse McCartney opened for them, and so it's weird, but so did DJ Pauly D.
I Iconic.
So that was a pretty good concert. I would see them again probably.
I honestly would just go see DJ Pauly D. He has come to St. Louis to play at one of our little club things, and every time he was there, I was working. I was like, that sounds fun. I just want to stand there and go.
And I'm sure he's better now because I saw him like fresh off Jersey Shore, kind of like new into the game, and he was still good then.
I believe in him. My first concert that I wanted to go to was Christina Aguilera. In either 2001 or 2002, Destiny's Child as 4 members were one of the openers. If you didn't get the 31, I'm dating myself right now. And then also a group that I cannot remember the name of right now, but Nicole Scherzinger.
Pussycat Dolls?
No, it was before Pussycat Dolls. Nicole Scherzinger was in the group, and it was from the Puffy show making the band. But I forgot the name of the group because they really only had like 1 single album or something like that, or maybe 2. It was very short-lived for them. Their music was amazing.
We'll have to look that up.
I'll have to look it up because, no, because I hear the song in my head, but group name is gone. But they opened for Christina Aguilera. Beyonce waved to me. My mom has a picture of it. That's really the only highlight most people care about from it. But my personal highlight is the fact that we got moved from row like 10 to row 2 just because nobody was there, which is baffling for Christina Aguilera in the early thousands. How dare they? And it was on the school night, and my mom, I was like 1st or 2nd grade, didn't go to school the next day. It's a rarity in my family because every concert since then could not go. Never saw the Jonas Brothers until we finally went together with our friend. That's what her shirt is from the Remember This tour. We had to wait till we had adult money to be able to see the Jonas Brothers,
and for them to come back technically because they released that new album at that time.
Yeah, because Nick had to go and break the group up, but it's fine.
But that's beside the point.
Yeah,
we also might do some movie rewatches here and there once we get something settled out about that, because I love me some Disney movies.
High School Musical. What was? Oh, I guess Hairspray doesn't really count as Disney.
But I will watch that.
I will watch Hairspray.
Zac Efron. So for K-pop, I got into it in 2021. She got me into it technically
on accident.
I just fell in love with Permission to Dance
and Hobie. She saw that tan skin and bleach blonde hair and just kept staring at him. And I was like, that means he's your bias.
Yeah. So that's what got me into them. Yeah. And I kind of stayed at that. Only like the 3 English songs. Shame. But I branched out eventually. Literally probably less than a year. So
I was like, I think it was less than a month before you were like, ooh, what's this song?
I don't know about less than a month. Because my rewind for the first year was pretty much only BTS, and there was some of the Korean songs, like the normal songs on that. But
okay,
still the more popular ones, like Boy With Love with Halsey.
And then Boy in Love.
I don't know if that was on that playlist, but I ended up liking it anyway, so it's fine.
It's fine.
But then I ended up branching out into
ATEEZ first.
ATEEZ first? Okay. I thought it was Stray Kids first.
Oh, it was ATEEZ first and then Stray Kids. Because Deja Vu before Maniac?
I think so. And that was because of TikTok. I did like a few songs because of TikTok as well before getting into them. But I would have to go look at a playlist, and I don't need to. I know one was Lisa Money. And Talk That Talk by Twice.
Yeah.
But
and there was somebody that I was like, oh my god, but we'll have to revisit that playlist.
We'll have to revisit that playlist. But now a few, let's see, 3 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 years in. Oh, 4 years in, technically in June.
Because you had pretty much jumped in after Festa. Because she was asleep, I was staying the night at her house,
Sweet.
and I was watching Festo on my phone, kicking and screaming and trying not to wake her up. And then a couple weeks later, she was fully in it, and I was like, oh, man, I wish you would have been... Oh, I should have just woke you up. I should have just woke you up and been like, just watch this with me. Nothing will happen.
It's fine. We do tend to watch some of those live stream concerts, too.
Mm-hmm.
But half the time, we just get too tired and fall asleep by the end of it.
Yeah. That's why most of the time we try to hit the replays up because it'll be a better time frame for us. But sometimes even then it's just we be tired.
Or I have a house. I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
We're grown. We got bills.
We got bills. We gotta go work. We gotta get the yard ready.
Yeah,
we still haven't planted yet.
Summer's here.
Yeah.
I want to get my pool up.
Yeah.
But 4 years into it now,
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much listen to at least one song, I think, from every group.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much anybody who comes across.
Try to stay away from problematic groups.
Yeah.
Like bad problematic groups.
Yeah.
But we pretty much listen to... I'll always give somebody a chance nowadays. I'll just listen to my headphones and let whatever the music brings to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll show her.
And then I'll be sitting there like, oh, they do have good songs. Which, it's because sometimes you just see the same song on TikTok and it's that one part over and over and it's like, no. I don't know if I like that. And then something will happen when we're watching one of those videos where it's like, best K-pop bridges, and we're like, that's the same song? Wait a minute. And then we'll go listen to the song and it's like, okay, so now this makes sense. It's cohesive. I like it. Picasso.
Yep. So we'll try to review every comeback, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
At least the main music video.
Yeah. But I guess a little, yeah. I got into K-pop in 2002 on accident. I was on LimeWire trying to download a Linkin Park album, and
you should not do.
You should not.
Don't download music illegally.
Don't download music illegally. You'll get so many viruses. Me and my sister killed the family computer so many times, dude. So many times.
Yeah, just don't do that. Just pay for a music service
of some sort. It's so much
or even
easier.
listen to it,
or
with
just
the
get
ads
SoundCloud
or something, or get SoundCloud.
Especially because
don't illegally download.
Yeah,
don't do that. Not in 2025.
We got other ways to do things.
Yeah, don't do that. PSA.
But back then it was the only way.
2002.
Back in 2002, my mom was like, you don't need that CD. And I was like, I'm going to find it for free. And instead I got Shinhwa. And it was either
Linkin Park.
Not Linkin Park. It said
Not
Linkin Park and said
Park.
all the tracks, but everything was Shinhwa in Korean. And I was like, it sounds good. Then fast forward to 2006 or 7, because I was in middle school. And Jonas Brothers are on tour with the Wonder Girls. The Wonder Girls are all of a sudden on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that.
I remember it dropping on Nickelodeon because by that time I had heard Nobody, but I had only heard the English version. And then all the other songs I was finding again on LimeWire, and you're like, why are you still using in 2007? My family was comfortably poor, okay? I was not able to get on iTunes and actually buy a song for $1.29.
I had MP3 players, not iPods.
Exactly. I had a Philips because my dad said Philips and Sony are good brands. They're not going to break down in a week. So I always had a 250 megabyte MP3 player. I had to choose what 13 songs I wanted to shuffle through for the school week. Anyway, we were struggling. But
then they started making them with the micro USB inserts, and you could
just plug it straight into your computer.
Yes, or just put the memory card in and have way more songs.
Oh, I think that was
memory
one of the
card.
last
That's what
ones.
I was thinking of.
That was one of the last ones I had because it plugged into the computer, but it had a memory card slot too. Because I had a cute little red one and everything.
I had a cute little pink one. It was like this big.
Oh, see, my red one, it looked like a really long pill. Because it was like an oval shape.
I know, mine was more of like a...
rectangle?
Yeah, kind of like this.
Mm-hmm. But
and it had a light on it.
I've only ended up finding their Japanese music for some reason, so I thought they were a Japanese group, because by then I'm fully into anime, so I'm listening to Visual Kei for no reason in the middle of Missouri, and all of a sudden I think they're Japanese. Then 2007 into 2008, I accidentally found SHINee because I saw the thumbnail, saw Kei's bright red hair, and said, okay, clicked on it. Then I went from SHINee to 2PM to Super Junior, and then high school happened and everything. I didn't really get into fandomness until 2012, and then I left in like 2015, 2016. If anybody remembers the random XOL fan war that happened, I still don't know who we were fighting against, because to me it looked like I was fighting myself. Everybody was fighting the army, everybody was fighting XOL, everybody was just fighting. So I said, fuck it, I'm gone. Oh, I'll just put a bleep. Anyway, we're grown,
but rambling, kinda.
Yeah.
But so for BTS, my bias, like we said, is Hobie. J-Hope.
My bias is Suga. Soap.
For ATEEZ, I'm Minky. The main. But we're just not gonna get into all the extra.
Yeah.
We'll just pick one.
We'll just pick one for now. And mine is Songhwa.
And then for Stray Kids, mine is Han.
And mine is Lee. Bancha? When you've been reading too many fanfics and it starts slipping out. Because I just read one where Han's bias was Lino. Just saying.
Anyway. Oh, we'll also probably want to do album openings. We just don't buy albums too often right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let us get some money rolling in.
Yeah.
We might be able... Sorry, I'm covering your face.
You're fine.
We might be able to get one here and there. I did just buy a Zyker one.
Yeah.
I did already open it, sadly. But I could always show what I pulled if you guys want.
Yeah.
And we can just also go over both of our collections at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So for non-K-pop, my favorite artists are probably Mac Miller, R.I.P. One Direction, low-key R.I.P.
High-key at this point.
And Hollywood Undead, which I know kind of is crazy footing, but I don't know.
It started as nostalgia and then just stayed.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they
Always
keep
a
it out,
directioner.
I came late to the game as a directioner because she was like, you're going to learn that this is actually good music. And I was like, oh.
And it is.
Because
So no One Direction slander here.
And I was casually listening to like 3 chosen songs for years. And then she's like, oh, this one, good. This one, banger. This one, and then one day in her car, it was just all One Direction. And she was like, okay, we're going to go home. I'm going to show you more One Direction. And then I was like, so they're never coming back ever again. But that's pretty much what happened with me and ATEEZ and Stray Kids. Because for some reason on my rewinds, way back when, like I had Elevator on my 2019 rewind for some reason. And then I had Miro, God's Menu, and Backdoor on my rewind. But I was like, I don't know who Stray Kids are. I don't know who ATEEZ are. By that point, I had already the original lineup of Super Junior EXO's too many people to try to remember. And then I also had all these other groups nobody cared about back then, let alone now. And then now groups are coming back and she's telling me who people are. And I'm like, oh, I recognize that name. And then she'll show me a face and I'm like, it's him, my long lost love. You're alive and well.
Who are your favorite people outside of K-pop though?
Outside of K-pop, my favorite people are Disturbed, Christina Aguilera, still.
We saw Disturbed.
It was my 3rd time. Her first time. But we also saw 3 Days Grace. which was both of our first time, and they were amazing. They had the original lead singer with the new guy. Sorry if you're mad at me for not saying names, but again, I'm old. I'm not gonna remember. Anyway. I'm good with faces. But also Snow the Product and Dax and Jesse Reyes. Yeah. So we really just listened to a lot of everything. We'll give everything a chance.
I listen to country music too. I tend not to listen to new country music. It's pretty much all old, but
see, and then mine is like I'll mix some of it because if it has a good beat, it's cool. But I do recognize that all new country music has the same stomp clamp beat, stomp snap, some type of hi-hat going the same.
Probably won't do too much country on this channel. But
yeah, unless Sam Hunt comes back, I would go see him again.
I don't mind Sam Hunt. I would see Sam Hunt. Nonetheless, that's just a little about us and what we plan to do. We are probably, our next video is probably going to be about P1 Harmony's Duh album. That was originally going to be our first video we uploaded, but it felt more proper to give an introduction video. We'll probably, the way we do it next time, don't want to give anything away, but the way we do it next time will probably be our format for most of the albums that we listen to. We have already listened to the album in full. We will probably start doing whether it's with YouTube or we might just sit down together and just record our reactions to the album when it comes out, because as you guys know, albums come out at really random times. So sometimes we might have to wait for one another to get off work and then just sit down and listen to it for not even an hour, unless it's a full length album, which doesn't happen very often, sadly. But we'll try to get our raw reactions more often to things, but also so we don't get spoiled by waiting too long to record it by end of week. So I think that's our plan. And if you guys have suggestions of what albums, they could be old albums, because I'm sure there's songs that me and her both still do not know that we're like, oh crap, we've seen that album cover but we've never heard any of these songs. That song's good. So you can always offer things to us. Some things we will not touch. We will probably not cover Kiss of Life with the controversy going around them.
Same with Card on that aspect. Unfortunately, like both groups we loved, but both groups have people that should have known better. And at this point in K-pop, nobody is exempt when you have a literal computer in your pocket. At this point. And they also, every agency now has cultural sensitivity classes, and they've had them for some years. So
it's 2025.
Yeah, there's no excuse at this point. I'm not taking the they don't know. Don't infantilize grown adults.
Not when it's happening in this year.
Yeah.
With things coming out, yes, people shouldn't have done it back then, and they need to be held accountable for what they did back then. But
I will say
that's a little bit more touchy-goey.
Because there have been some things people have apologized and changed their behavior.
Yes.
And there have been sometimes they've apologized for it, they meant that apology, and then the company put them in a sticky situation. That's why I still am to the point where I'm just like, if I see locks or braids in somebody's hair, it's gross. It's still gross.
Should not be getting done.
Am I gonna immediately blame them? No. I'm not gonna immediately blame them, because at the end of the day, Hobie still had sus hair at the very end of Chicken Noodle Soup. And it was only at the very end of Chicken Noodle Soup. And part of me is like, he told them edit that out. He was fighting in the stylish chair, and then when they got done with it, he's like, okay, we're doing this for the night shoot. We're putting it at the end of the video. Another kind of somewhat personal boycott, but I feel like more people are doing it, Rise.
Yes, and that hurts my soul. I will tell you guys right now, that hurts my soul. I used to stream almost every one of them songs. So,
like literally the only one we would skip was the Talk Sexy song.
And Love 119.
Yeah.
But they
It was
weren't
growing
my
on her,
jams.
though.
It was a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it was just me hearing over and over again, and then my brain was just like, it's fine. But we are right now boycotting them. Who else?
I personally am boycotting and hyping because of the whole bullying thing. And I originally was boycotting them after Drunken Days because it came out they were bullying Sunu, and then all of a sudden I'm just casually scrolling Twitter in the year 2025 after I finally start listening to them again. And they're still bullying him for eating, essentially, because it's like he looked nervous while trying to eat because everybody was staring at him. Are you really going to eat all that? Da-da-da. And I've seen people try to excuse it as Koreans have different viewpoints on food. I have worked at a Korean barbecue joint. That woman would shove food down my throat. Would she, at the time, still call me fat as well? Yes. But she called me big woman because I was bigger than her. But she also constantly fed me. And if I wasn't eating, she was yelling at me. And every person I've interacted with, it's very much like food. You need to eat. My old boss, yeah, she was Korean American, but she was still like, why aren't you eating? Sit down. Here's some food my mom made. I thought about you when she made it. So that whole thing about Koreans have different viewpoints on food, no, I don't believe it. Just because other people want to restrict their diet doesn't mean they need to try to push that boy to do it. Because they originally were calling him fat, and all he did was have more muscle than those other boys. And I also followed, he's not the leader, because I think Jay's the leader. I don't know who's, there's the guy who used to figure skate. I followed him when he was figure skating in juniors, because I had also watched other Korean figure skaters as they came up through juniors and seniors. He was a pretty good skater. And then all of a sudden he's essentially retiring from skating, becoming an idol, super excited. Why you bullying?
50-50.
Oh.
Oh, and within Hypen, we won't necessarily talk negatively about them. We just won't really talk about them. This is the PSA about them. If they show up in a game, we, depending on the song, we might pick the song still. But it's just,
we won't cover those groups for those reasons, essentially. If you're like, oh, where's the Kiss of Life comeback? Where's the Enhypen comeback? Where's the Card comeback? It's not coming anytime soon.
I know there's more, but I can't think of who else right off the top of my head right now. But just know if we don't cover somebody, there's probably a reason that we're not covering them. And for all we know, maybe we need to be enlightened. But don't come in the comments attacking us about, oh, we should be doing videos on so-and-so just for whatever reason. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You guys will be okay. We have a Instagram set up. We have a Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, set up. We plan to set up a TikTok. Don't know how often. We're going to try to do TikToks, but we got to get our head in the game with just recording videos first before we do TikTok. So, but we're going to try to post on Instagram. We're going to probably try to post on Twitter. It's probably going to mainly be like when we upload videos, though, and kind of normal stuff like that. Or honestly, if you want to try and reach out to us about doing a certain video, Twitter might be the place to go.
DM us on Twitter for now.
You can do it on Instagram too if you don't use Twitter. We both have it on our phones. We have it on our computer. We have it. So one of us should get back to you at one point or another. Same with Twitter. I don't think you can send us emails too. I'm just kind of bad at checking emails, so I don't know if I'll check it.
I was going to say, I'll check the email.
She'll check the email.
I'll probably get to the point where we have a Google form submission for suggestions to make it a lot easier. That way we don't have to look through
and
a whole bunch of DMs.
Probably will eventually do a Patreon. Probably nothing too crazy price-wise, but
But like, so we can watch things like In the Soup or things of that nature without getting the video completely taken down.
Yeah.
And react to stuff like that. Or even
if it gets too much, we might just have to do full reactions on Patreon and partials on YouTube. We'll probably live stream here and there. Maybe live stream when we listen to albums, depending on when the album comes out. Or like I said, we might just record ourselves listening to it.
I might get to gaming at some point.
Yes. We play a lot of
simulators, I guess?
Yeah. We play TCG Card Simulator. That's pretty popular, so I'm sure some people have heard of that. There's one that's Supermarket Simulator. You're just running a supermarket. But I like it.
It's fun.
I play a game called Banished. It's a city simulator. I play The Sims. Do I have one? I think I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have them all. Play Xbox too, but don't necessarily have a way to play that and upload it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually. But depending on the game, I can also play it on the computer on Xbox apps.
Yeah.
So, depending on the game, we can play it. What other games? We like Stardew Valley. We'll have to figure out a way to do that. We like making new farms. We might set up a new farm to start recording for you guys.
And start fresh.
Yeah. I'm a note taker in that, so.
It helps though.
But if we can figure out how to live stream that together, we might just live stream that together. I feel like that would be easier for that. But everything will probably be done on YouTube and then Patreon for things that can't really show on YouTube very well. Eventually.
In the future.
In the future. Okay. We've been rambling on for too long.
Okay.
We're at 32 minutes. It's probably gonna end up going down once we cut some stuff down. Maybe still around 30 minutes. So
maybe. But this is us.
This is us. That's pretty much how it's gonna go. We're gonna ramble. I got ADHD.
Yeah.
And we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
We do Midwest goodbyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's us. So we will see you in the next video.